visuals and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more wrestling predictions, because this weekend, at the time of recording, this coming weekend, I don't know if I'm going to upload this the same day as recording, whatever. Anyway, sorry, the next PLE is a biggie. It's the second biggest PLE we get in the WWE calendar. It is SummerSlam. So we've got to do our predictions for SummerSlam night 1, night 2. Not that I've divided them, I've just chucked them all out. And at the time of recording, we still have an episode of Raw and an episode of SmackDown. We need to complete who is going to be inside of the women's ladder match to confirm who will be our interim women's champion. But we'll get to all that when we get to it and stuff. But yeah, we've got a big week ahead of us. Spider-Man's going to be out. SummerSlam's coming out. It's just going to be an amazing week/weekend. I can't wait. So I'm getting all my videos done nice and early. But as always, I want to know your predictions and your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I've got a few mixed opinions that I've seen online with the Cody and Punk match. Some people say it's going to be boring. I think Mr. Santi Zap, the greatest wrestling content creator on YouTube, has already spoke about that and all this kind of stuff. So visuals, SummerSlam is among us. No idea what I was trying to fucking say there. Anyway, it is going to be an amazing show regardless. There's going to be some sick matches on this. There's going to be some brutal matches with Brock and Over and stuff. I cannot wait for it. 2 nights, full weekend off. No work on the Monday. Just get fat on pizza. Well, more fat on pizza, snack food, Spidey shenanigans and wrestling. I love these kind of weekends. But anyway, visuals, let's predict SummerSlam 2026. And like I said before, please let me know your predictions in the comments below. Your matches to look out for. Your superstars to look out for. What you're excited about. Any potential rumors and surprises you may have heard, I want to know. But visuals, let's sit back, let's relax, and let's look at my predictions for WWE SummerSlam 2026. So in no particular order, this is just on the WWE website. I'm going to go from bottom to top. We have got the Bella Twins and Paige taking on Fatal Influence. We saw on SmackDown Nikki making a return from injury and announcing this triple threat, 6 women tag match. Obviously, there's been a bit of a rivalry back and forth between Paige and Brie. Fatal Influence now currently hold the tag titles. Does Nikki come back? They have this big match and they pick up the loss. If they do have the loss, what do they do with these legends in Paige and the Bella Twins? I think Paige eventually does need to separate from them anyway and go her own separate route. But surely we're going to give it to Fatal Influence, right? They're the up-and-comers. They're the ones that need the momentum and the elevation behind them to keep going, to keep the ball rolling, to try and get them up the card and stuff like that. Yeah, it makes more sense to me if Fatal Influence pick up the win. So we're going to go for Fatal Influence will win this match. So we've got Sami against Finn Balor to determine who will be the #1 contender for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Now, this one is spicy. Finn is going to be, potentially, if he wins, #1 contender for the Undisputed WWE Championship. Unfortunately, though, no matter who wins this, I don't see them winning it. Whoever leaves SummerSlam current champion, I don't see either of these picking up the title regardless. So it's a bit of a, does it matter who wins? I mean, obviously I could be wrong because I can't see in the future, but Sami's obviously more part of the feud, part of the story than Finn is. Finn's kind of just sort of been added, obviously rightfully added though. He won his matchup and stuff to qualify. But whereas Sami has, recently had the title, lost it, been feuding back and forth with Cody and all this kind of shit. If Cody does go on to beat Punk at SummerSlam. Just because I want it to, and I'm not completely on the Sami train. I'm a little bit, with Sami over the last few years. I'm going to say Finn Balor. Fuck it. Finn Balor can win this match and become the #1 contender for the Undisputed WWE Championship. Trick Williams, whoop that motherfucking Trick. We love Trick Williams here on the channel. I think the WWE Universe and wrestling fans in general love Trick Williams. Is an absolute G. Will be defending his United States Championship up against Baron Corbin. Was I excited about Baron Corbin's return? I was interested and intrigued. I was like, okay. I don't know if I was excited though, but whatever we're doing with Trick Willie in the future, I am massively excited for. I hope this guy keeps hold of his title for God knows how long, for ages. Get all the way to fucking Mania with it and have another crazy Mania moment and shit like that. Yeah, Trick Williams. Baron Corbin, I am intrigued to see what he does, who he feuds with in the next couple of months and stuff, or if he just sticks with Trick Williams feuding for that United States Championship and stuff. But Trick Williams, he's picking up the win. Danhausen against Dominic Mysterio in what should be a really fun match. Anything that Danhausen's been touching lately has just been gold. It's been fun. It's been enjoyable. It's been having like a break from the wrestling within the wrestling by having a silly wrestling moment. So I'm all about Danhausen. Just keep him going. Whatever he wants to do, let him fucking do it. Whatever crazy and weird ideas he comes up with, let him fucking do it. Does he beat Dominic Mysterio? Yeah, he does. He hasn't picked up a loss yet, has he, Danhausen? I know he hasn't had like a million matches since he's joined, but he hasn't picked up a loss yet, I don't think. Maybe correct me in the comments below if I am wrong, but Dominic's in this weird place because obviously, again, at the time of recording, he's still fairly high up there in AAA. I just watched him have that tag match with I can't remember everybody's fucking names now. He's just had his tag match a couple of days ago at the time recording. He's been very hit and miss, hasn't he? I've enjoyed him still, but he's not been like this dominant character like he has been in AAA in WWE. Danhausen's going to win. Let's get him another big win. Let's give him a big win at SummerSlam. Danhausen is going to win. One that I am very mixed on. This is actually quite a sensitive cup to drink from because, as you can see, Bruno and Joe Linton chilling there at the time recording. I keep saying that, don't I? I have no idea if Bruno will be a Newcastle United player or not. But anyway, sorry. Gunther against Nick Aldis. I'm definitely excited about seeing Nick or Magnus, whatever we want to call him. I don't know, Magnus was back in TNA, wasn't it? Excited to see him in the ring and doing his thing because he was a really good wrestler. I loved him in TNA. Yeah, he's fine in AAA in AEW. Fuck me, I can't fucking talk at all. But I just feel weird. Like, what are we doing with Gunther? After watching him retire one of my life heroes, not just favorite wrestlers, whatever, my life heroes, quite literally, you can't see me tattooed because John Cena's my fucking goat. What are we doing with him? Is this where we want him to be? I feel like he should have had a title. I'm not saying like I would have loved to see him have a title because I'm not massively a big Gunther guy, but because of what he's been doing over the last year and a bit or whatever, of retiring people and stuff, a couple of years, he should be elevated a little bit more. I feel like if you tap out Cena in his final match, you should always be up there. And like I said, this is a high-profile match. It will be hard-hitting. It will be great to watch. It's Gunther at the minute just feels very mid-card, where I don't think he should be, especially at the build that you've been giving him. But anyway, I think it's going to be ridiculous if Nick Aldis picks up this win. That will be so stupid. It would be fun in the moment. Like, hey, Nick Aldis won. What the fuck, though? Gunther's just been beaten by Nick Aldis. Yeah, it's a weird one. Gunther has to win. He fucking better win. We will get on to the 5 women. Is it the 5 women or 6 women? I can't read my own fucking handwriting. Anyway, the women's ladder match to determine the interim WWE champion, because obviously Rhea Ripley picked up her injury, and then what's the plan? Is it to face Rhea to determine who is the champion, the WWE women's champion when Rhea returns? Right, as it stands at the time of recording, sorry to say that once again, we've got Jade Cargill, we've got Tiffany Stratton, we've got Charlotte, and we've got Chelsea Green involved. I'm not going to theorize or try and guess who else could be added to this match or what's going on, because I think our winner is in here. 1, because she's very over, and 2, because I fucking love her, and I'm doing this more over here than I am here. I'm going to say Chelsea Green. I'm going to say Chelsea Green is going to win that ladder match, become our interim women's champion. It makes more sense probably to go with Jade or Charlotte. Tiffany's the United States Women's Champion. She's doing her thing there, so it won't go to her. But I understand storyline-wise, it probably doesn't make sense to give it to Chelsea, but I think we should give it to Chelsea because she is fucking awesome. Like, even if you watch WWE Unreal, she's so much fun. I love her. She's such a great in-ring performer. She might not be the best technical wrestler or anything, but she will definitely entertain you. She is a huge part of the show, and I love Chelsea Green. And just out of that sheer love, I'm going to say Chelsea's going to win. have Penta against Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship, which is probably, I'm going to say, contender for match of the weekend. It might not be the most hyped and the most, powerful match because we've got like Roman and Seth still to come, but it's going to be a great in-ring performance from both guys. What do we do here, though? Penta's Intercontinental Championship reign hasn't been setting the world on fire. The matches have been great still, the ones that he's had, and it has been good, but I don't think he's set the world on fire. Whereas this Chad thing, obviously coming off the back of being unmasked, the original El Grande Americano is now dead, and we have Ludwig Kaiser as the, potentially Ludwig Kaiser as the new and only El Grande Americano. And he's been going on this like apology tour of lately, hasn't he? There's definitely a part of me that says Chad Gable deserves this without a shadow of a doubt. But is that enough to predict that he's going to win it just because I think he deserves it? And I think a lot of other wrestling fans think he deserves it. How long's Penta been champion for now? I can't remember. It's definitely been like a year. Did he win it at Mania? No, he defended it at Mania successfully, didn't he? If I remember correctly. Do you know what? Fuck it. We've done the Chelsea Green, Wishful, all this kind of shit. Let's go with Chad Gable. Let's give Chad Gable his Intercontinental Championship. Let's say Chad Gable is going to win. I just messed up loads of words there. Now we've got Royce Keys, Solo Sikoa, LA Knight up against Jacob Fatu and the Usos. The dog was clawing at something. I am waiting for a new Lord of the Rings chain to come because he snapped it. I don't think it's a postman, though. If there's a knock at the door, we'll see. Right, this one, a bloodline, weird feud. LA Knight's awesome. Royce Keys is awesome. I don't know what Solo Sikoa's game is. It's a weird matchup, how they've all been paired together. Yes, they've had their individual beefs with members of the bloodline, all this kind of stuff. If the bloodline, this part of the bloodline loses, I think Roman has to win later on. I don't think they'll have the entire bloodline lose on one night. What do we do here? This one for me is a genuine coin toss. I actually can't. And again, if it's a loss, it's another loss for Jacob Fatu, who was on that big high, losing to Roman. Now he's just sort of like chilling with the Usos, running in every now and then, doing some bits and bobs. But I love LA Knight, and I really want LA Knight to be on a winning team. Oh my God, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Like, storyline-wise, think, Dan, where can we go? If the bloodline win, they're just going to carry on doing their bits and bobs, interfering with individual matches, doing this and that, whatever. But if LA Knight and Royce Keys and Solo win, they could go on and try and do bigger and better things, get ready for the next couple of PLEs coming up and work their way back up the ladder and get involved in title feuds and opportunities and shit. Fuck it. Team LA Knight. I'm just going to say Team LA Knight. Team LA Knight is going to win. We have CM Punk against Cody for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Now, this is the one that's been... I'm obviously, from an in-ring performance, I'm excited. But from a build, it's not been great, has it? We had Punk flicking the belt and hitting Cody. Did you do that on purpose? Then we had Cody dropping the mic the other day on SmackDown, and Punk said, I can't trust you. A good pal of mine, I'm too scared to bend down or turn my back on you because I think you're going to knee me or kick me in my teeth or whatever he said. By the way, how sad was it at the Unreal stuff was sad with Larry, but at San Diego Comic-Con, it was sad but beautiful, little Larry figure inside of the AJ and Punk figure. It was so sad, but it was so beautiful. But anyway, sorry. Who's going to win this? This is another real coin toss because you could argue either men can go on and have a really great run. Yes, I know people are a bit hit and miss with Cody. They feel like a little bit bored with now as always being champion and stuff. And of course, we've got to figure out whoever wins will go on to take over Finn Balor and Sami. So say Cody wins and Sami wins, we can run that back. We've had that a little bit lately. But if Finn wins and Cody wins, when was the last time we saw that? That might be interesting. But if Punk wins and Finn wins, we had that not long ago when Punk was heavyweight champion. It was when Punk was heavyweight. Yeah, it was just going into WrestleMania, wasn't it? We see it, or was it after? No, because he lost it to Roman after. Fuck. I feel like in my insides are saying Punk's going to retain. Punk's not had it that long. I want Punk to go on a little bit more. Maybe Punk. I know I predicted Finn, but say Sammy does go win. Punk and Sammy could be a cool little match. Fuck me. Yeah, CM Punk's going to win. Fuck me, these predictions are quite... It's good to make the show good, but it's fucking hard. CM Punk is winning. Next, we've got Roman against Seth Rollins for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. First of all, is there going to be shenanigans? Personally, I hope not. I hope this is a final chapter in these guys' feud, this long history they've had together and stuff. I hope this is a clean victory for whichever man comes out with the title. The build's been quite good. There's been a few hit and miss moments. Saturday night's main event in New York last week, whenever the fuck it was. That segment, I think us as a wrestling fan base have all agreed, yeah, that was a bit shit. But we know that they've got enough of a history to still have a lot of momentum with this going in. We know that even if we didn't have any more back and forwards leading into this, there's enough history there. There's stuff they can do in the ring or communicate to each other, or even ways they can enter the ring with their entrances. They can fucking like tease people to like the past and all this kind of shit and their history and whatnot. As to who wins, it's going to be Roman Reigns, isn't it? Surely Roman's, when he gets a title, he doesn't tend to lose it for a while. It's got to be Roman Reigns, hasn't it? And Seth can go on and carry on with whatever feud he wants to do after this and shit like that. Yeah, Roman Reigns is still going to be our WWE Heavyweight Champion. Right, we've got Io Sky against Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship, which obviously I think I said the Women's World Championship for the whatever the fuck I said. Io Sky against Liv Morgan. We know that Io recently beat Liv. And we also know that, unfortunately, not her fault, Liv's been on a very shit run at the minute. The WWE were all about Liv before she got the title, the Rumble win, the Mania and all this kind of stuff. This hype building around her, and then she just sort of drew a bit flat. I know there's been a few, like, injury moments and stuff, and there's been a few little bumps that she's unfortunately had to overcome. But she's kind of been backup character to everything. She's not been... her story hasn't been told in the greatest of lights. But Io Sky, again, Io Sky hasn't either set the world on fire, not her fault, but we all still love her, you know, all of this, and, you know, she's still great and still over and stuff like that. But I feel like just to give some more stock back into Liv Morgan, I feel like she has to pick up the win. I feel like going forward, it will be better, because do we then go on and tell a Liv betrayal by the Judgment Day story, or whatever angle we go? Liv getting one back against Io. Was Io picking up that win against Liv not long ago? Was that a way of just saying, you're not going to win the title, but you're going to win this little moment here, which is going to be your little crowning moment, quite literally, because it was it thingy, wasn't it? Liv Morgan is going to pick up the win. And finally, we've got Oba Femi, the new man, who is my main favourite, my fucking G, my guy. He's my favourite wrestler. I just love the guy. He's just fucking full of power and aura. He's an absolute beast. Against Brock Lesnar, it's currently one apiece. We all got fooled by the WrestleMania match. Thinking, oh, okay, Brock, bye, thank you, see you later. And then Brock comes back just to destroy Obafemi. If Obafemi wins this, are we getting a Brock retirement? Or again, Santi put it best, actually. He says, when the Brock retirement happens, they'll probably let us know, just to make that show that he retires on bigger and more watches and more pay-per-view buys and more streams and all this kind of shit. The numbers will be significantly higher if we know it's his final moment and final match. It's got to be Obafemi, right? Surely even Brock and everybody knows, yeah, the best thing to do is to in this trilogy match, to make it the final one, we got to give it to Obafemi, and it's got to go for a little while. It's a Hell in a Cell. It's got to go for a little bit, and both their matches haven't been massively long, but this has got to be 15 minutes maybe. Dare I say, should we push it to 20 with these two giants? There could be moments before the match even starts. We get out the cage, you know, Brock smashes over through it or whatever. I have seen some people online say about climbing to the top. I don't think that's going to happen. That's two meaty men that you just don't want at the top, because it's a bit thingy. But yeah, Oba's going to win, hasn't he? I want him to, because it's my guy now. But yeah, he's got to win. It's got to be Obafemi. So we're going to say Obafemi will beat and slay the beast one more time, and then Brock can go on and do what he's got to do, and Oba can go on and eventually get another title opportunity, because obviously you give away his title opportunity just to face Brock with that excuse of, oh, well, Brock would just cost me if I went for a title opportunity anyway. But yeah, Obafemi picking up the win. Now we have visuals. That is my predictions for WWE SummerSlam 2026. Please let me know yours in the comments below. What you're most looking forward to and all this kind of stuff. Anything you massively disagree storyline-wise? If I missed something that we could easily allude to, because I am a fucking idiot. If somebody else wins, we got that story, or if she wins, we can go down this route. There's probably something I've missed, because like I said, I'm a fucking idiot. But visuals, hopefully you enjoy the weekend. Hopefully you enjoy the show. At the same time as well, in between your wrestling, go check Spider-Man out. I'm sure a lot of you will, because it's going to be fucking glorious. At the time of watching SummerSlam Night 1, I'm watching Spider-Man Wednesday, I'm watching it Thursday, I'm watching it Friday, and then I'm watching it again Sunday. So by the time the Night 1 comes around, I should have had 3 little watches in. Whew, and I can't fucking wait. Visuals, thank you so much for watching. And as always, remember to always keep in you and keep on keeping on.